Second Extinction is an early access title from the dev team Systemic Reaction, the team that brought you Generation Zero, which I've never played. Second Extinction sits at a solid mostly positive on Steam with nearly 4,000 reviews, which is honestly not terrible for an early access title like this. Now, this is the first early access game I've done a quick review for, so I'm going to be doing it slightly different than normal. We'll be talking about how its gameplay is and all those normal things, but I'm also going to talk about what I think the game needs before it goes 1.0. So let's get started, shall we? This game is a fucking good time with friends. A really good time. Its matchmaking is easy and quick, and altogether the UI is pretty solid. Multiplayer feels pretty well balanced, especially against the harder enemies. I feel like you and one other friend is the perfect balance, but having 3 peeps is also a good vibe, although it is a bit more of a cakewalk. Now, in terms of single player, this game is pretty damn difficult and really frustrating at times. There's this one enemy, the flatback, that is the most obnoxious and annoying unit in the game. It takes basically no damage unless you hit its stomach, and in order to hit its stomach, you have to knock it onto its back with an explosive. Pick a character solo that isn't equipped with that, you're basically fucked. In other news, most of the other enemy types are very fun to play against and never really feel unfair. The electric type raptors especially are very interesting and fun. Now let's talk gunplay. It is fucking good as hell. The guns look and feel cathartic. Mowing down a raptor after raptor has never felt better. Each gun feels like it was made to do the job you were given. Kill shit and kill it good. The sound design is equally good, and the movement in the game is really nice. There's a slight little dash you can do, as well as run super fucking fast. The Flash? He's not even special anymore. Nothing describes this game better than fast-paced, in-your-face action. Here, just watch this clip of a pack of raptors I ran across, also known as the Great Raptor Genocide of '06.
Lots of good intel. See what you can do with it. Looks like the dinos have gunked up this camp. If you can, feel free to clear it out. Feel free to resupply if you need it.
I love their revolvers so much. Anyways, the characters in the game are pretty good, and each one changes your playstyle a bit, but most of them feel kinda the same. Not to mention the voice lines are pretty basic, and they all feel relatively generic as characters. I also want to quickly touch on the game's war effort system. Essentially, whenever you complete missions or tasks, whether it be on free roam or the core missions, you are making progress towards making the map a safer place to traverse, and the war effort is affected by every player playing the game. So the more people who complete tasks in more places, the safer that area becomes. Equally, if a section of the map is becoming a little more neglected, it gradually becomes more and more deadly. This is a very cool system. I'm a massive fan of it. It really helps immerse you even more into the concept of being a badass dino slayer. Altogether, this game looks fantastic and plays as smooth as butter. Now let's get into the early access part of this video. First, let's talk about the price of this game. It's $25 very fairly. really. For that alone, I think that it shows that they understand that this game lacks some content. For that, I respect them. This game gives you a large map to toy around with and 6 campaign-esque missions to boot. These missions are fun the first time through, but then they start to lose their enjoyment. Then there's the free roam mode, which is my personal favorite, where you just run around the map and kill shit whilst doing small side quests that you find naturally around the map. This is the most unique portion of the game, I think, and is definitely the funnest part in my opinion. Then there's the Horde mode, which is essentially Call of Duty Zombies, but with less to do. This game mode is definitely a little tacked on, but it can be good fun with a buddy or two to kill some hours in and talk. From that list alone, I assume you can see this game's biggest flaw is its lack of content, and that's what it has to improve on, which is arguably one of the most important parts, to be sure. But I really do think that this game has a fantastic groundwork set for future things to be added, and I truly hope they are working on a solid single player or multiplayer campaign, because I think that would really improve this product and give the world some more fleshing out that I really think it needs. And by that, I don't mean a campaign plop down onto the existing map. I want to go places in this world, you know? I want a Halo-style campaign that has me fighting hordes of raptors in laboratories, cities, all that jazz. But I imagine that won't be what we get in a perfect world. And of course, they should keep adding more fun game modes and some more maps to explore, as it would be an absolute treat and really give this game some more breath in its lungs. Now I want to talk about the agents some more. I really do think that this game has a missed opportunity going the agent route. Having set characters is probably easier to work with, but hear me out. Imagine if this was a bit like XCOM and Hunt Showdown in terms of characters, where you roll a character, customize their loadout and such, and then it lets you into the game, where you fight some dinos, but when you die, you dead. New character. I think this would improve how immersive the game already feels, and I get that most people probably wouldn't like that, so I'll keep my mouth shut on that henceforth. Probably. I want to touch back on the war effort system for a second. I really think that other than a lack of enemies, there's no way to physically tell that the safer zones are actually safer, and there isn't really any impact on the map's environment. I'm aware how much work what I'm about to propose would require, so I absolutely do not expect it. I just think it would be cool as hell. I think that the sections that are in the green should have a military presence, have some NPCs walking around that would shoot at enemy dinos if they get too close, etc. Having the numerous bases and camps get reoccupied would help make our success feel more impactful. For the orange, I think that the reoccupied bases should then be restricted from outposts to just the big bases. Then when it's in the red, it would be cool to see the camps and outposts look like an absolute massacre, to help really hit home that we failed these regions. Why is that word so difficult for me? So in conclusion, I highly recommend you pick this game up if you enjoy co-op shooters. And for $25, you are basically robbing these poor devs. It's a great title and you'll have some wonderful hours of good fun. And when the game fully releases, I'll review it again as a full release. Also, big announcement, the Game of the Year video coming out next week. It was going to come out this week, but I wanted to get a pop filter and some nicer stuff for my mic so that I can record it and make it really nice, because I've put a lot of work into collecting all of this stuff for it, so I want it to be the best I can possibly make it. I hope you have a wonderful day, you gorgeous being, and don't die. Don't you fucking dare. No, put that cup of bleach down. No.